I'm an older sister of 5 younger brothers, 1 girl and 4 boys. They're very cute, but sometimes they're naughty. And my parents need to work away from home, so I had to take care for all of them. Cooking, washing clothes, doing housework, and helping my sibling for doing their homework. Raising 4 big pigs, and chicken, and it's truly hard work. So I had to manage doing everything very quickly every day from early morning until late at night. My father is an engineer, so he's really industrious. He always yell at us quickly in every time and everything we do. And even in meal, he used to ask us, eating quickly, finish the meal and left the table, then doing the other thing. So the biggest lesson I learned for my whole childhood is learning to do things very quickly and doing as many things as I can at the same time. But when I grown up, life teaches me a totally different lesson. That is how to do things very, very slowly. I'm starting with my eating habits. I spent 4 years for learning Macrobiotics. It means thực dưỡng in Vietnamese. I read book, find a good teacher to learn. I spent a lot of time and money to learn about eating because I deeply understand that is the core reason of a good health and a happy life. I'm willing to learn, and more importantly, I'm practicing what I learned very enthusiastic. For reading almost 100 books, and we even invite a good teacher coming to our house, spending 1 month for teaching us about macrobiotics in practice. And for 4 years practicing, you know what? I've learned a hard lesson. Eating slowly and choosing carefully is the most important, and that is the core of macrobiotics. Sometimes we don't know what we are eating. Smell, taste, and texture of the food we are eating. And even we don't have a time to chew it. Just quickly swallow after a few times of choosing. However, whatever food we eat, even we buying from organic store, or even cooking balance zinc and zang. You know zinc and zang? Yeah, okay? It's useless to our body if we don't chew it carefully. So, every spoon of food coming to our mouth should be chewing at least 80 to 200 times. Have you ever tried counting from 1 to 80? When the food becomes a water and we swallow it. Let me tell you a funny story of my student in Hama village. Mostly all of students get a diarrhea when they come to the village and start eating whole grain rice. And my morning question to them is, how's your shit going this morning? It's not how you're going, but how your shit going. I know They all get bacteria, get a diarrhea very often. Then I ask them chew the food very carefully and diarrhea no longer come back. And my second lesson, life teaches me about doing things slowly, is in learning English. My father told me I should learn English to have a better future. And I followed his advice since I was 15 years old girl. After graduation from university, instead of finding a job, I decided to learn English, and that is the best decision ever in my life. And then I applied for scholarship to study abroad. Since I felt I'm not ready for working after graduation, and I tried to find a good method of learning, a good teacher, a good center to learn, because I want to achieve IELTS 6.5 as soon as possible. And that was wrong. The more I tried, the more I failed. The more time I spending on studying IELTS, the more I got depressed and disappointed about myself, until I forgot IELTS totally, and then I learned slowly, and then I achieved it. But things didn't happen as I expected. When I go to Australia, no one understands what I said. After 6 months struggling with English, with strong support from my private tutor, Peter, I've learned a hard lesson. I need to speak very, very slowly and pronounce every word very clearly with right intonation. Since I learned that hard lesson, I have more than 500 students speaking English in a right way. And last night, before I finished this speech, I came home late from driving license testing center in District 12. I did the test twice, and this is the third time I do the test again. And I spent a huge amount of money and time to learn a hard lesson. I need to go to drive very slowly, very, very slowly, a bit by bit, exactly step by step. That's the 3 lessons I've learned. How to do things very slowly. In our society, we often value the quickness. Everything should be quick and have a good result. And we call it effectiveness. We drive fastly to home, finish our tasks quickly at work, and doing things in hurry, and speak so quickly. But the key is we need to do it very slowly. I hope you guys can do it today in your presentation. Thank you.